What is going on, world? Welcome back once again. My name is Zach Novak and this is Zach Novak Plays Games. In today's video, well, we've got some more information from Game Informer about the rise of iron. In this video, we've got a brief tour of what the actual Felwinters Peak will look like. Roll the intro, this shit is hype. Alrighty, so as we get into today's video, I've got a bunch of pictures that are going to be segmented together. In each one of the pictures, I'm going to talk about something that I find super seriously interesting. Now, the first thing I just wanted to bring up really quickly is the weapon he has on his back. It does seem that it is infused with Seaver. However, it does also look like it is kind of a gunsmith weapon. But my idea here is that this weapon in itself isn't just Seaver infused or actually gunsmith. I think this is a standard weapon that you can get from the gunsmith, and it's an ornament that's able to be put on the actual weapon that you've gotten from the Seaver in themselves. So say a Splicer Captain actually drops a Seaver cluster or something, you can then put that on this said weapon. That's my idea anyway. Also, there could be different levels of actual Seaver infection, whereas this one doesn't have all the little entanglements and stuff that you saw on the one in the previous video. It does still actually have the Seaver symbol. So, also something I want to bring up is this place looks freaking amazing. Now, honestly, sexy is not a word to be used for this. This is just like pure and utter downright glorious. Going into the next picture, however, we've got Tyra Khan. Now, this lady right here, she's going to be giving you all the new quests and stuff like that. Well, not all the new quests, a bunch of new quests. Mainly those quests actually get the artifacts. Now, it has here, for all your hard work, Guardian. The token you hold gives you the choice of artifacts I have today. If none catch your eye, you may hold onto the token until I have other artifacts from which to choose. So, in turn, this means if you don't want something that she's got at that time, say you've already got that actual the artifact in itself and you don't need it, wait till next week, hold on to the actual token you've got, and you can then get another one. I'm not sure if you're able to actually stack tokens so you can get multiple artifacts at once, but we'll have to see anyway. It is freaking interesting, however, that she's actually got just like actual artifacts that she can kind of give you, and they go towards certain ornament style things. This is freaking cool. The hype is like unreal in this. As well, as you can see, she is actually the Cryptarch because she's got a Cryptarch symbol on her arm, but that's just like something that I noticed anyway. On to the next picture, however, we've got this actual amazing spot right here. Now, this is where you come out and you'll meet Lord Saladin, Lord Salad Fingers, Salad Face, all that good stuff that he is. Now, he's standing with some wolves up here and it looks freaking awesome. Just in this picture with the tattered flags and stuff like that, this does kind of resemble something that I would think is associated with something to do with the Traveler and the Speaker, because as you can see up in the corner here, we've got some sort of celestial device. I think it's called an I was actually gonna guess for it. It's like, it starts with A, an alchemist something. But anyway, that thing right there is certainly unique. This area is freaking amazing. Now, I just wanted to also mention we've got a Warlock looking freaking sexy. Again, we've got another Seaver weapon. I'm not too sure whether this weapon in itself is like the same one that we saw before, or it might be possibly different because it looks slightly darker. We've also got the Claws of Ahamkara on, which is freaking cool. But wolves, as you can see, there is a wolf there. Freaking hype. Like, I just can't get over the hype for this. Now, something that I did also want to mention is Bungie can't be pushing enough for Eververse. Now, with Eververse, there is going to be certain other things that you can buy with the Rise of Iron. We don't know all the details as of yet, but it's not going to be anything game changing. So that's something you don't have to worry about too much. It's not like you can go ahead and buy yourself the level 1000 or level 1 million or God mode or anything like that. All it is it simply comes down to being aesthetics and different looks. But the big thing that I had to point out in here is fucking look at this. Hawkmoon. Oh my god. Yep, right there. See, Hawkmoon is even relevant in Rise of Iron. It's something that everyone has to rock. As well as it's a Warlock. I love Warlocks with the actual Hawkmoons. I rock it myself. But here, we've also got something I do want to point out. This is pretty actually cool. Now, I figured that all the actual postmasters in themselves, they have different names. We've got Gabby, we've got Caddy, and we've got another couple of stuff, but they're all 5530s. Now, the postmaster in themselves, I am thinking that it is going to be a relevant part of Rise of Iron for certain things that we will receive. Now, we're not going to be receiving the sterling treasures like we do now, but we are going to be receiving something on a weekly, maybe monthly actual occurrence. Now, not too sure what that is, but there has been hints and speculations towards it. I myself just like, my mind just kind of wanders at all the different ideas that it could be possible, what could actually be coming. Now here's something that a lot of people didn't actually notice. One of the tips and hints and secrets that we have available is there is actually dead ghosts all scattered around the actual temple. Now I myself am pretty sure, I'm guessing that a lot of them have to do with the actual Iron Lords, or possibly even the what are they called? Not the Iron Lords, the other, whatever the other Iron people are called. Like, I can't think of it off the top of my head. But there are freaking ghosts. So a lot of people didn't notice this in the actual video, but you can see it for that split second if you do actually pause it. So that's freaking cool. As well, look at this actual bridge right here. This bridge in itself, oh my god, this is hype. Like, this is a bridge that you walk across from the start and all that things like that. But you can see all the way over there, it looks like there is almost like a tower-ish type area. That this might possibly be somewhere kind of attached to a spot that is once was a tower. But we've got wolf statues. I mean, I'm just hyped about the wolves. Holy freaking shit. But we got Saladin, Lord Salad Fingers. The Iron Temple has been silent for too long. Now it can serve a purpose again. This guy right here, he is looking old. However, he is also looking fresh. As you can see, he's got that freaking epic cape. I mean, he's the only Titan with a freaking cape at the moment. Who can't be actually like, who can't be jealous of that? As you can see in the background, there is a couple of different emblems and things. I'm pretty sure there's the emblems that are available from the ones we have available now, so that doesn't really matter. There's going to be updated ones and things like that, which will be pretty freaking cool. But we have Shiro 4 on the next one. Now Shiro 4 actually is a hunter that is kind of just chilling here. As you can see, he's got some real different stuff. He's got arm materials, he's got weapon parts, and he's got ammo synthesis. Not many actual vendors have this. But he also has bounties. Now in himself, the bounties, they do actually look like they would be associated with the Iron Banner. However, it's actually associated with the Vanguard. So the Vanguard in themselves is now associating with Lord Saladin and the actual Iron Lords. So starting things off, we have the Crushing Blows weekly bounty. Use the Iron Battle Axe or powerful enemy weapons to decimate hostile threats. Now this in itself sounds freaking awesome, going around with the actual axe, and the axe has some special abilities in itself. You can use this light attack, which ends up just dealing standard blows. You can use the heavy attack, which uses that little bit more ammo. However, using the light attack actually gains you more ammo at the same time, which is something that is pretty freaking cool. So if you're running low, get a few mobs killed with the actual light blows, and then you can actually hit some of the big mobs with the heavy blows and hopefully get that actual point score done. His next bounty that he has is pretty standard. It's called Shock It To Me. Use arc damage to kill Fallen. 75 Fallen defeated with arc damage. Pretty easy, nothing too different there. Next up, we got Pull the Plug. Kill Fallen, Mages, and Ultras. Now this is pretty standard and straightforward in itself as well. It's a lot like the stuff we've got at the moment. It says defeat high-ranking Fallen to disrupt the spread of Siva. Now that is something that kind of comes into the idea of they are taking over the Fallen and the Siva need the Fallen to infect. So what is actually associating the Siva to go after the Fallen? We don't know as of yet. In my mind, I still think that it could possibly be Toland, but that's in another video that is coming up in probably a few hours. I'll talk about that anyway. But his final bounty that he also has is Archon's Forge, the Captains. Complete Captain encounters in Archon's Forge. This is 0 of 100 Archon Forge victories. The Archon Forge has ties to ancient fallen rituals, where those seeking honor or the criminally accused could fight against their peers to prove their worth or innocence. Make an offering to incite captains in the forge. Prove they are unworthy. Now this in itself makes me come to think, is this a game in itself technically, where they're making us challenge each other and say, well, whichever one wins is actually worthy. So if we fail, the captains are in turn, like, they're victorious, they are worthy themselves. Is this something where we go in and we're not actually in control of whatever it is? It's not like a Varix type style of thing. This is actually thrown in with like extra level of I guess difficulty and actual self-worth. you're going in there pretty much sacrificing yourself to see if you are worthy or actually innocent of whatever charges have been thrown at you. Same with the captains and or the actual enemies we are going to be facing. It is very interesting and it is seriously super hyped. Now, I myself know that there is a lot of things and a lot of secrets in the Rise of Iron that aren't actually being discovered as of yet, but when it actually does get released and we do get our hands on this amazing freaking game, everyone is going to be so super freaking hyped. The hype so far is already just amazingly crazy, and I myself just like, yeah, I can't even hold it back. There is also something we have to note here, is that when you go through and you can empower your artifacts and things, we have a picture of the Warlock going through and doing it in himself. Now this is pretty freaking cool. Now one thing I did want to mention is you're not just empowering the artifact, you are giving life to this actual statue in itself. It is having then life given to it and the fire in its body has been lit. So you have empowered it with your own spirit and own power. Own life force, if you will. This is freaking cool and seriously freaking hype. But there is too much to actually talk about with the Rise of Iron coming up. We've got so many more videos, I've got so many more videos coming out I should say, about the actual Rise of Iron in itself, about all the information that is available. Now the Game Informer is putting out a new article on the 10th, and I will actually put a screen cap on the screen at some point where it actually shows the Game Informer's all the titles and things you can actually check out. It is pretty freaking cool. We've just like, yeah, we've got everything. This game is turning out to be something freaking awesome. Now Lord Saladin is going to be doing his own thing in a certain part of this actual area, and so we're not going to see him too often. However, we are going to be able to go to certain places that just, I don't know, they're kind of secretish, and figuring out where they are is definitely something that's going to be fun. However, sitting around playing with wolves and giving them pats is also something that I plan to do quite frequently, because the wolves here are just, they're freaking awesome. They are seriously cool. I love them. But once you do finally get an actual invitation, I guess, to go into the hall, this is what it shall look like as you are entering. It is beautiful, it is vast, and you have the actual iron banner tree in the background. You've got the wolves circling each other, and you've got the guardian standing in the background. If you go up to the next level, you've actually got the wolf statues and things like that, and if you ascend even higher up into the tower, you eventually reach the top of the tree where there are bells, and in themselves these bells you can ring. However, we don't know what actually is associated with them. There was a hint as to this might be, if you ring the bells in a certain way, or in a certain order I should say, you will unlock something. Something will open or something will activate. We don't know whether this is true or whether it was just a joke. We'll actually have to find out when the Rise of Iron comes out, but I myself I am super freaking hyped. All these bells, all these wolves, all this information that we have, it is freaking cool. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, leave a like down below. Seriously, subscribe to the channel because I've got more videos coming out just like this with more information, more details, and more actual news on the Rise of Iron in the next few days and in the coming weeks. If you have enjoyed, once again, do all that good stuff. I'll be cheering like Kieran if he was Ed Sheeran. But until next time, this is Zach Novak, signing out. I'm sick, by the way. Anyway, signing out. Peace out.